everybody. It's dark again. Hopefully my voice is able to be picked up on this microphone. I'm sick, so I'm not going to be doing very much talking. I'm going to let the narrator talk mostly, but I figured we would go back into some Stanley Parable Ultra Deluxe. Why not? Because he does most of the talking and I don't have to, so we can just sit back and have a nice, lovely chat. Or not, or just play games, whatever. Anyways, let's continue. So until the dog and the cat are friends. Oh, that's so sweet. So number 5 becomes the number 9. It could be the number 9 or it could be the number 9. Ha ha ha. That's funny. Until you stop adjusting the slider. Whoa. Whoa. I think right. Here's a good one. Which of the two made-up words below is most appealing to you? Occuboinkle or scrumtush? Occuboinkle or scrumtush? Scrumtush. Please don't adjust the slider. It looks like it's balanced. Do you know what time it is right now? Currently, I'm not looking at my phone, so no. I mean, yes. But I messed it up. Actually, is the time that it is right now the correct time? Well, it has to be. What time? What is time anyway? Yes. Yes. Lots. Help. Yes. Will you come back to visit me? Yes. That was bizarre. Help. Will you come back to visit me? Is there anything you haven't told me about you? I mean, I'm assuming that was just to be a joke thing, but like, the other thing. Oh, it's still the Stanley Parable 2. Maybe I never actually finished Stanley's arc in this game. I don't know. Let's see where it takes us. The bonus shit's still probably there. So I'm gonna try doing the 4 minutes 22 seconds one, and unless there's no new content, and then I'll disregard it. But if there is, then I'm gonna go see the new content, because new content. Who wouldn't want new content? I mean, it's new and it's content. Oh God.
All of his co-workers were gone. What could it mean? Stanley decided to go to the meeting room. Perhaps he had simply missed a memo.
No, I'm gonna take the bucket this time. Okay, it doesn't look like there's any.
When Stanley came to a set of 2 open doors, he entered the door on his left.
I haven't been practicing, by the way. I just know the layout of this office from playing this game so dang much.
Coming to a staircase, Stanley walked upstairs to his boss's office.
Ooh, I don't know if I'm gonna make it.
Stepping into his manager's office, Stanley was once again stunned to discover not an indication of any human life. Shocked, unraveled, Stanley wondered in disbelief who orchestrated this. What dark... Stanley was in such a rush to get through the story as quickly as possible, he didn't even have a single minute to just let the narrator talk. That kind of anxiety isn't healthy, so he relaxed for a few moments with some calming New Age music.
Oh, come on, narrator. Don't be a dick.
Feeling soothed and rejuvenated, Stanley calmly walked forward into the opened passageway.
Yes, I did. It says not including load time, so I'm assuming this counts towards my 4 minutes 22 seconds speed run.
Descending deeper into the building, Stanley realized he felt a bit peculiar. It was a stirring of emotion in his chest, as though he felt more free to think for himself, to question the nature of his job.
Yeah?
Why did he feel this now, when for years it had never occurred to him?
Good point.
This question would not go unanswered for long.
True. We'll find out about that.
Stanley walked straight ahead through the large door that read Mind Control Facility. The lights rose on an enormous room packed with television screens. What horrible secret did this place hold? Stanley thought to himself. Did he have the strength to find out?
I sure did.
Now the monitors jumped to life, their true nature revealed. Each bore the number of an employee in the building, Stanley's co-workers. The lives of so many individuals reduced to images on a screen, and Stanley, one of them, eternally monitored in this place where freedom meant nothing. This mind control facility, it was too horrible to believe. It couldn't be true. Had Stanley really been under someone's control all this time?
Probably.
Was this the only reason he was happy with his boring job?
Most likely.
His emotions had been manipulated to accept it blindly?
Yeah.
No. He refused to believe it. He couldn't accept it. His own life in someone else's control? Never. It was unthinkable. Wasn't it? Was it even possible? Had he truly spent his entire life utterly blind to the world? But here was the proof. The heart of the operation. Controls labeled with emotions. Happy, or sad, or content. Walking, eating, working. All of it monitored and commanded from this very place. And as the cold reality of his past began to sink in, Stanley decided
that I would rush and try and get an achievement. It's dark in here.
And a rising chill of uncertainty. Was it over? Yes.
Love this part.
He had won. He had defeated the machine, unshackled himself from someone else's command. Freedom was mere moments away.
All I have to do is keep running forward.
Even as the immense door slowly opened, Stanley reflected on how many puzzles still lay unsolved.
Nah, forget about those puzzles.
His co-workers gone?
Who cares?
How had he been freed from the machine's
Doesn't matter.
powers? What other mysteries did this strange building
We'll find out
hold?
later.
But as sunlight streamed into the chamber, he realized none of this mattered to him, for it was not knowledge or even power that he had been seeking, but happiness. Perhaps his goal had not been to understand, but to let go. No longer would anyone tell him where to go, what to do, or how to feel. Whatever life he lives,
Come
it
on.
will be his. And that was all he needed to know. It was perhaps the only thing worth knowing. Stanley
There we go.
stepped through the open door.
Come on. There we go.
Stanley felt the cool breeze.
I don't think
upon
I made
his
it.
skin, the feeling of liberation, the immense possibility of the new path before him. This was exactly the
I think it was
way,
like 5 minutes.
right now, that things were meant to happen. And Stanley was happy.
Did I do it? No. That was probably close, though. Alright, now, forget that. We're going to do other things.
All his co-workers were gone. What could it mean? Stanley decided to go to the meeting room. Perhaps he had simply missed a memo.
Clearly they want me to take the bucket.
Stanley lifted the bucket into his arms, and a wave of comfort rushed over him.
Wasn't there something to do with 416? Okay, now I'm gonna go to the
Stanley
right.
clutched the bucket tightly to his chest. This was not the correct way to the meeting room.
Because there was two more over here.
Stanley had felt the bucket calling to him, telling him that the employee lounge was simply the place to be. And here it was. Had the bucket turned out to be correct? Was this better than the meeting room?
Yes, it very much was.
Yes, perhaps it truly was.
It was.
How
It is.
insightful the bucket turned out to be.
This bucket's pretty. It's my best friend, Jim Bucket, guys.
No, never mind. The bucket was wrong. Stanley took the door on his left to go back to the meeting room.
No, he didn't. Stanley did not.
No,
Said the bucket.
don't go to the meeting room. Go somewhere else. The cargo lift, yes. Go there. Go to the cargo lift. Good. Now ride the lift all the way to the top. There's something up there I need you to do.
Stanley did not question why or how this bucket was speaking to him.
Oh,
But Stanley feared that
I didn't mean to do that.
might lead to the
But oh well,
separation of
that's one
himself and
ending.
the bucket, his dearest friend. So he threw himself to his death, that they might die in one another's arms. How deeply touching.
So that's one ending. I didn't mean to do that, but now you know.
All of his co-workers were gone. What could it mean? Stanley decided to go to the meeting room. Perhaps he had simply missed a memo. The confusion and the chaos all seemed to melt
I like how
away
it's
as
unique
Stanley
dialogue every
released
time I
the
pick up the bucket.
Stanley clutched the bucket tightly to his chest. This was not the correct way to the meeting room, but Stanley had felt the bucket calling to him, telling him that the employee lounge was simply the place to be. It was. Had the
Yeah,
bucket
no.
turned out to be
Didn't go to
correct?
this.
Well, no, never mind. The bucket was wrong. Stanley took the door on his left to go back to the meeting room.
I don't want to go in there yet. I have some exploring to do first.
Said the bucket.
Don't go to the meeting room. Go somewhere else. The cargo lift, yes. Go there. Go to the cargo lift.
Oh, wow. That's intricate. Okay, first,
You're getting closer, Stanley. You've nearly gotten all of the
I know where the
figure
next one is.
animals. Very soon,
I have a
you'll
feeling
know the
anyways.
First one, and then the first number will equal the second number, and that will be it.
listen.
We'll be different people. by
Listen,
then.
narrator.
Different in the sense that we used to have none of them, and now we have them all. You can't go back to when you had no Stanlurines. None of us can.
What's through here, I wonder? So this is new, because obviously the Stanley figurines are new, so this is new too. I don't know what that is, but where am I? Whoa. Am I in the back rooms or something? What? What? Lost cat, there is a reward. Gene. What's this?
Okay, this is day number 295. Tape number.
What is this?
I don't even know. I've lost track. Nothing feels real anymore. The longer I study this bucket, the less sense anything makes. The sheer euphoria I feel every time
Is this Stanley?
I pick it up. No matter how many times I've done it, it's always the same feeling. And the emptiness in my chest when I set it down. It doesn't make sense. There's no explanation for it. I still haven't figured out why I see the world so differently when this bucket is in my arms. why everything feels so. What do I do with this treasure? I can monetize it.
Don't monetize the bucket, Jesus.
It's unthinkable the amounts of money people will pay for even just an hour with the bucket.
Jesus.
This is my golden ticket. But I have to be careful, because as soon as this gets out, there's going to be a target on my
Oh, man.
Even now, I don't know who might be trying to get... What's that? Who's there?
Interesting. Okay, so Stanley Parable is now a horror game. That's nice. So if I go to pick up the bucket again, it's going to be monetized.
All of his co-workers
That's
were
what I
gone.
suspect.
What could it mean? Stanley decided to go to the meeting room. Perhaps he had simply missed a memo. Warmth spread through Stanley's arms. With the bucket in his arms again, he was home. Stanley clutched the bucket tightly to his... This was not
Yeah.
the meeting room.
We've got to get that other Stanley
The bucket
figurine.
calling to him, telling him that the employee lounge was simply the place to be.
No,
And here it was. Had the bucket turned out
the
to be
bucket was
correct?
incorrect.
No, never mind.
The bucket was
The bucket
wrong.
was wrong.
Jim Bucket,
Stanley took the door
I'll
in his
forgive you
hand
this time.
to go back to the meeting room.
No.
No,
Said the bucket.
don't go to the meeting room. Go somewhere else. The cargo lift. Good.
Said the bucket.
Now ride the lift all the way to the top. There's something up there I need you to do.
Stanley did not question why on
No.
earth this bucket was speaking to him. It should have alarmed
Not
him, of
yet.
course, because buckets can't talk. But Stanley chose not to think about this obvious fact. He was firmly convinced that the bucket had spoken
What?
to him, and he unthinkingly did whatever the bucket asked. No, stop. Look there on the wall. You see, there's a sign right there. It says, "No buckets past this point."
Oh, there it is.
Stanley, how could you think it was okay to bring the bucket here? Unless, what if the problem is that you actually don't know what is a bucket and what isn't a bucket? I suppose that would explain a lot about your behavior up
In this, please.
which, if that's true, well, my goodness.
Does that mean I really
We have
can't
to
go
do
here?
something about it. This misunderstanding could have dire consequences on the entire rest of the game if not addressed quickly and properly.
He's not wrong.
So much of the impact of the story is dependent on your understanding of what is and isn't a bucket. Please, step in here for a moment.
Oh my god. Okay, narrator, explain to me what a bucket is. Next time I'm not going to bring the bucket. Is this
Now
a
then,
bucket?
I'm going to run you through some test scenarios, and you'll tell me whether or not the thing I'm showing you is a bucket. Simple enough, right? This should tell us everything we'll ever need to know about what is or is not a bucket.
Okay,
Okay, let's begin.
let's try it.
Is this a bucket?
No.
Correct. It is a hologram of a bucket,
What?
not an actual bucket.
Wow, I would never have guessed that. I was just being stupid.
Item 2. Is this a bucket?
No.
Correct. It is a 3D printed recreation of a bucket, not an actual bucket.
Okay, is this a bucket? No, I'm gonna guess no.
Is this a bucket?
Ah,
This is a bucket.
of course.
Item 4. Is this a bucket?
Yes. It is.
Are you hallucinating? This is a tractor. It's an enormous machine that tills the earth. I thought this was a gimmick. How on earth did you manage to screw it up? Absolutely incredible. Let's just
Listen,
move on to the next one.
listen. It looks like a bucket to me, okay? It's got bucket-like features, and I can see Jim Bucket riding a tractor, so...
Is this a bucket?
Well, if you consider the roundness and of the wheels and how the inside kind of looks like a bucket, yes.
Correct. This is a bucket.
Yeah. That means I did it right.
Item 6. Is this a bucket?
No, man, that's a tractor. Are you high?
Trick question. Both. Gotcha.
Both what?
Item... Wait, hold on. I can't find the next one.
No.
Yes. Thank you. There's nothing here. Of course it isn't a bucket. We both know full well that nothing isn't a bucket. Wait, when I say nothing isn't a bucket, that makes it sound like I'm saying everything is a bucket, which of course is not true. Unless... Is that
Oh,
what you
well,
think?
hold on.
Answer me straight, Stanley. Are you trying to tell me that you believe everything is a bucket?
No. That is not what I said.
I'm too confused to even sort it out.
Good.
I've lost all sense of perspective.
Good.
What is a bucket? What isn't a bucket? Mere moments ago, I could answer these questions with confidence.
Well, who cares?
Now I'm somewhat adrift. Do any of us know what a bucket is?
You're a bucket.
Am I?
I'm a bucket. I'm Jim Bucket.
Stanley, I can't keep doing
Yes, you're a
this.
bucket.
I'm losing myself, and myself was all I ever had to begin with.
What?
I'm afraid the bucket is threatening to tear our relationship apart. I can't have that. I'm sorry. But I'm going to erase all buckets from the game.
No.
Okay, here we go.
Bucket.
What happened? Is everything gone?
Oh,
How did
I get
you
it.
disappear?
Because everything's a bucket.
Was everything a bucket? Every single thing in the game was a bucket?
That's great.
Oh my god, I had no idea.
God, I had no idea.
Except me.
I'm not a bucket after all.
And you, Stanley, you're still here. You're not a bucket either. Oh, this is wonderful.
We're not buckets.
We're not buckets.
I'm Jim Bucket.
Yes, I actually feel much more at ease right now. It's delightful to get some
Jim
clarity
Bucket.
on that issue, but it doesn't change the fact that we haven't got a game.
That's a good point.
So, tell you what, I'll reset everything and we'll put back all of the buckets, okay?
Yes.
And we'll know that it's all a bucket. But if you run into anyone else, maybe don't mention that. Who knows what that information might do to a person? All right, here we go.
Okay, this time I'm not going to pick up the bucket because he had to reset the entire game for that.
Stanley thought to himself, that's all I need. If I can make it through this door, I can make it through them all.
Okay. No. I'm going to try going there without the bucket this time.
When Stanley came to a set of 2 open doors, this was not the correct way to the meeting room, and Stanley...
I'm going to the
Perhaps
warehouse.
he wanted to stop by the employee lounge first, just to admire it.
The
Standing now in
warehouse.
this incredible room, Stanley for the but eager to
Rated
get back
R
to business,
starts Friday.
Stanley took the first open door on his left.
Rated
Stanley was so
R.
bad at following directions, it's
Rated
incredible he wasn't
PG-13.
5
That
years
starts
ago.
6 days from now. Or
Look,
something.
Stanley, I think perhaps we've gotten off on
Listen.
the wrong foot here. I'm not your enemy, really, I'm not. I realize that investing your trust in someone else can be difficult, but the fact is that the story has been about nothing but you. What? Really? I was in the middle of something. Do you have zero consideration for others?
Nope.
Are you that convinced that I want something bad to happen to you?
Yep.
Why? I don't know how to convince you of this, but I really do want to help you, to show you something beautiful. Look, let me
There you are.
the last Stiggly Wiggly. Savor this moment,
Stiggly
Stanley.
Wiggly.
This is a real accomplishment. This is doing something just for the sake of doing it. Where so many people expect to be rewarded for the most trivial achievements, you've insisted that a job well done is its own reward.
Naturally.
I would tell you that I'm proud of you for collecting them all, but
But I'm
that
not.
would be like a reward, and we can't have that. So, instead I'll just say, it's done. We're all done here. And now we can go to whatever the hell you were doing before you hunted for figurines. Now listen carefully, this is important.
Suck.
Stanley walked through the red door. Oh, thank God you are willing
Yeah.
to listen to me. Do you
Let's just
see
make
that
this
I
fast.
really have wanted you to be happy all this time. The problem is all these choices. The two of us always trying to get somewhere that isn't here. Running and running and running, just the way you're doing right now. Don't you see that it's killing us, Stanley?
Of course not.
I wanted to stop. We would both be so much happier if we just stopped. And I think
Oop. I had to check how long I was recording for.
I have a solution. Here, let me show you.
What is your solution, oh wise one?
What do we want? What are we looking for? Here. Yeah.
Ah, it's the heaven ending.
Beautiful, isn't it? If we just stay right here, right in this
Well, it's
moment,
not heaven
in
ending.
this
It's like the
place,
Euphoria ending.
I think I feel happy.
But there's only one way this ends.
Happy.
Yeah. There's only one way this can end, so
No, wait. Where are you going?
you'll see.
Oh, stay away from those stairs. If you hurt yourself, if you die, the game will reset. We'll lose all of this.
Yep.
Please, no, Stanley, let me stay here.
No.
Don't take this from me. Please, Stanley.
Ye-
No! Oh, no. No, what are you doing, Stanley?
Going back up.
Please,
Obviously.
I'm asking you not to take this away
I'm the
from
stair
me.
athlete,
I can't
man.
go back to what I was before. If you die, we'll both go back. Why are you doing this?
Oh, pish posh.
Stanley, let's go back to the other room. My God.
No.
Is this really how much you
Yes.
dislike my
It's
game?
stinky.
You'll throw
Stinky
yourself
game.
from this platform over and over to be rid of it?
Yeah,
You're
smelly
literally
game.
willing to kill yourself to keep me from being happy?
Yeah,
Am I
sure.
reading the situation correctly?
No, but yes.
Or maybe you're just getting a kick out of it. I don't know anymore. I just wanted us to get along.
Every time I go back upstairs, it's slower and
Yes, that
slower.
was too much to ask. It looks like you wanted to make a choice after all. Well, this one is yours.
Yeet.
Is it over? It's going to restart, isn't it? I'm going back.
Oh, good. They fixed it when I cut him off mid-sentence. Alright, what else is there to do? I could go to the meeting room. That was where the figurine finders club was at. Take the bucket. Could see if 416 door has anything new. This game is done eternally loading. Oh no. It reset everything. What? Oh, it
Stanley,
didn't.
I'm sorry, but I have to put a pause on things.
Excuse me.
It's those figurines. Those figglers.
I knew
haven't
it.
stopped thinking about them since you nabbed every last one. Wasn't it just the most intrinsically fulfilling moment of your entire life?
Yes.
Didn't it fill you to the brim with inner richness? Yes, I know we're supposed to be telling a story, but won't you please indulge me with one more trip back to the memory zone?
Oh, yes.
I would love nothing more than to revisit the figurines.
Of course.
Just one more time.
I love the memory zone. And Stanley found the collectibles. One of them is missing. I bet that there's a way to open all these doors.
Here's where it all began.
The first collectible. Back then, we had no idea of how many of them we'd find. Sure, it said 6 right there on the screen, but how could we know for certain? We were so innocent. We'll never be like that again, Stanley.
Can I still... 7 of 6. Something doesn't feel right about that. But I'm gonna keep going. Executive bathroom. Oh.
And here was a second Stanlurine. You found this one all on your own. Just by poking
haha,
around
I
in the
get it.
boss's bathroom. You did that, Stanley. I'll be honest. Back then, I had no faith in you to find any of them, let alone 6. But you continue
It's
to
hilarious.
surprise me in all sorts of mundane, unremarkable ways. Okay, let's do a little quiz. Which of these rooms was the room you found your third mini Stan? Can you remember?
Stairs?
No. Under the stairs was the 4th place you found a Figanley, not the 3rd.
Oops.
Well, I guess perhaps I shouldn't be surprised. Memories like these are so precious and so cherished that they all just sort of blend together, don't they? You know what? If under the stairs feels like the 3rd place,
Well, I messed up then.
Then who am I to go making judgments?
Whoa.
Let's see, what came next? Oh yes, we found a Figley in this pink room. Oh, well, I can't actually say I remember
We know it
being in
didn't.
this room, but it's here in the memory zone, so it must have happened.
He's starting to lose it a little bit, I think.
This was the 5th mini Stan, and this one was really something special. It was in the warehouse. I remember it so clearly. In fact, because this one is particularly special to me, I made a little video to commemorate
Hell
the
yeah.
occasion. Enjoy.
Oh my god. Hell yes. 2006 or 7 PowerPoint. That is how I found it, actually. Found it near the car. I did. You're right. That was incredible. Best video I've ever seen in my life. See the narrator.
Takes you back, doesn't it? I spent a lot of time making that video, but it was 8 minutes I wouldn't have spent on anything else.
Oh, I see. Gotta go back down here. Was this boss's office?
And then, Stanley, then we came to the last collectible, the
Right.
final figurine, right here by the red and blue doors. This memory is the most distinct and clear in my mind, perhaps because it was the one that happened more recently than all the others.
It's true, but now I have 12 out of
Truly
6,
say how
so...
the mind works. All I know is that this is the moment where you picked up a Figley and I thought to myself, yes, that's all of them. They're all collected.
Good point.
It was a moment unlike any other.
Told you.
Except for the other moments picking up figurines, which it was exactly like.
So what about that?
And then
Oh,
there
God.
was no more, because we've caught up to the present moment. Nothing left to do but move onward into the future. Goodbye, memory zone.
Oh my gosh, this is so funny.
No, I'm not done. I'm not ready to move on. Stop the loading screen. Isn't
What?
there some way we can stay here, keep enjoying these figurines? Let's just go backwards. We'll do the memory zone again from the opposite direction. See how that feels.
That's against the rules, narrator, but alright. Does that mean that I can recollect the figurines?
The red and blue doors. I remember this.
This is hilarious.
Of all the figurines we looked at in our initial tour of the memory zone, this one is the most distinct and clear in my mind. Let's keep going. I want more.
This is awesome.
And here's where I made that video. Don't you remember the video we watched?
Awesome.
Yes, I love that video.
This is hilarious.
Still don't remember the pink room, Stanley. Still no memory of this one. Good room, though. A solid room.
Yep. That is because I
These really were a treat.
am getting all the figurines.
If there had been any kind of reward for finding all of these, it really would have muted the intrinsic joy of collecting them. I'm
He's got a point.
glad we resisted the temptation. Next one.
I agree. Said he wanted me to go backwards, and I didn't go to the boss's office.
Don't you remember?
Boss's
Yes,
office,
I
so-
remember it too. The past is truly a wonderful thing. Why does anyone ever choose to leave it? Keep going. This is it. The very first one we found in the exhibit where I introduced you to the Figlarines.
Got 'em all.
Oh, I want more memories.
Damn it.
Stanley. I want to keep going. What else is there? What came before this?
Oh, yeah. This was sort of it.
It's the terrible new content that we were originally sold on. I remember.
I remember now.
But time does put a rosy filter on.
Please give me my jumps
In
back.
fact, I dare say I'm actually quite fond of it now. Look how much fun the past is. I want more. More memories.
Fine, I'll give you more memories, but give me my jump circle back. What's over here?
Oh, yes. The two doors. Who could have forgotten that? A classic memory, this one.
Right, okay.
And before everything else, there was your office.
Right.
Is there anything else? Was there something that came before your office?
Nope.
There's something I feel I can remember. I can remember. Yes, I'm remembering something now. I remember before this whole story got started. Back then I was different. I used to make big decisions. I was passionate. I was skeptical. I weighed
Is
each
that how you spell
decision
skeptical?
with profound thoughtfulness.
I don't know.
And then somewhere along the way, I stopped making decisions. I became lazy, and I came up with a character named Stanley to do my thinking for me. He would make the decisions. He would decide which way to go. I would cheer him on as he collected figurines for no reason. Why did I invent Stanley? Was I lonely? Yes, perhaps that's it. Perhaps I needed to imagine I had companionship. And Stanley really did make for a wonderful companion, even if he was a fiction. But
I feel kind of called out now. Thank you.
Grown old, I want to think for myself again. I want to go back to how it used to be. Yes, I can be on my own again. I can do it. I'll be stronger this time. I'll take care of myself. I don't need Stanley anymore. Oh, but he truly was so much fun to play with. You know what? Since we're in the memory zone, how about one more good memory? Let's go back just once and give Stanley one more run of the office, and then I'll retire him for good. I enjoy telling his story so very much.
That
Okay.
seems like a pretty final
This
ending.
is the story of a man named Stanley.
Wow, that was a good one. I liked that one because it seems kind of final. In a way. Wait a minute, I can't go back to get the new content, can I? Oh no, here it is. It's all here. That was all part of the
Wind blew
same ending.
outside and perhaps rain started, and if it did, it stopped shortly after. Stanley hoped that he would one day see weather.
Does all the computers say that now? That's weird. Bucket's still there.
Stanley picked up the bucket and smiled. He'd never be alone again, not truly alone, not with the bucket around. Stanley clutched the bucket tightly to his chest.
I'm gonna try a few more endings with the bucket. See what else I can get with this.
Still no one was here. Stanley needed the bucket's warmth and comfort now more than ever. Perhaps his boss's office was where he'd find answers. Stanley, we must move on from this broom closet.
Oh my
Simply
God,
because
there's
I
more.
have no remaining stickers. If I did, you can guarantee we'd be in here for hours. But alas, no
Hold
stickers.
on. Okay, there's nothing. I just wanted to check.
Coming to a staircase,
Get upstairs.
Stanley and the bucket walked upstairs to the boss's office.
Upstairs we go. Executive bathroom, per se. Money in the morning, money in the evening, money for breakfast, money crisp. Doesn't even make any sense whatsoever. I'm not going onto that elevator ride again.
Stepping into his
Damn
manager's
it.
office, Stanley was once again stunned to discover not an indication of any human life. Crushed by the weight of this revelation, Stanley may have broken, but Stanley guessed the correct code by sheer luck. Was
You're
it the
right, I
bucket
did.
all along? Was the bucket guiding him?
Yes.
This is certainly the most logical explanation.
Occam's razor, or more likely, Occam's bucket. The simplest answer, even if outlandish, must be correct. Or something like that. I forget how it goes. Simplest answer must be the correct answer.
The elevator raced downward, plummeting towards an unknown fate. It would be all Stanley could do to keep himself together, if not for the bucket. Soothing him, comforting him.
I'm gonna try a
reassuring
different
him that
ending
in
this
this
time.
darkest moment of uncertainty, he would be all right. The bucket is here for you, Stanley. Everything will be fine.
Okay, instead of going to the mind control
Stanley
facility,
and the bucket walked straight ahead through the large door that read, Mind Control Facility.
I'm gonna go to... Actually, I am gonna go to the mind control facility because there's another ending here that I want to do. Instead of turning off the system, we're gonna turn on the system and see what happens with the bucket.
Lights rose on an enormous room packed with television screens. What horrible secret did this place hold? Stanley and the bucket both wondered to themselves.
I bet it holds lots of secrets.
The monitors jumped to life, and Stanley nearly dropped the bucket in shock. Everyone in the office was being videotaped, monitored like guinea pigs. The bucket had never seen anything like this, and it very nearly burst into tears as Stanley cradled it gently, reassuring it that everything would be fine.
Okay,
Was
press
the
that.
bucket under the mind control facility's influence as well? Had the bucket been told to do things it didn't wish to do? What kinds of things does a bucket want to do or not want to do in the first place? These questions raced furiously in Stanley's feeble mind.
Let's see. In here.
No! He screamed into the bucket. He couldn't accept it. His own life in someone else's control? Never! He squeezed the bucket tighter. His one friend in the entire world. At this point, he could trust no one except for the bucket.
Whoopsies.
But here was the
Smash my hand on my keyboard.
the heart of the operation. Controls labeled with emotions, happy or sad or content. Walking, eating, working, all of it monitored and commanded from this very
Whoa,
place.
I just noticed that there are like...
The cold reality of his past began to sink in.
That new?
Stanley decided that this machinery would never again exert its... But at the last second, the bucket jumped in and
Bucket,
pressed the
no!
button to turn on the controls. Stanley gasped in horror. Had this been the bucket's plan all along?
Bucket,
To
why?
take
How
over
could
the
you?
machine and claim the power for itself? How could the bucket have betrayed him like this? Stanley was prepared to throw the bucket away in disgust when suddenly an image appeared upon the enormous screen. Birds.
Oh my god.
Silly birds. The control buttons became active again. Stanley flipped through one video of silly birds after another, and then it dawned on him. This wasn't a mind control facility at all.
Oh my god.
It was a facility for monitoring and surveilling silly birds all over the world. The mind control
Goose.
was only a facade
Yonk yonk.
to disguise its true intentions. Had the bucket known this all along? Stanley marveled at the metal genius in his hands, the one who had pointed him
Okay.
towards this incredible discovery. Stanley and the bucket never found freedom because they spent the rest of their lives here in this place, flipping through live streams of the silliest birds imaginable. Of all
Parrots.
the possible paths his life could have taken, this one was surely the best. And Stanley was happy.
Look. I wasn't expecting that at all. Okay, so there is obviously a lot more to do. But, oh, hold on. No, wait a minute. What is this?
All of his co-workers were gone. What could it mean? Stanley decided to go to the meeting room. Perhaps he had simply missed a memo.
Oh my god, are you kidding me? I think there's a bit of a broken texture there, guys. But, I do not want dog mode on. Okay, so that's an unofficial ending, I guess? The whiteboard ending? Didn't do anything, really.
Stanley went around touching every little thing in the office, but it didn't make a single difference. When Stanley came to a set of 2 open doors, he entered the door on his left. Yet there was not a single person there either. Feeling a wave of disbelief, Stanley stepped into the broom closet, but there was nothing here, so he turned around and got back on track. There was nothing here. No choice to make, no path to follow.
I'll
just
do
an
that.
empty
I'll do that
broom
later,
closet.
because I want
No
to
reason to coming to a
get this
staircase,
ending out of the way.
Stanley walked upstairs to his boss's office.
Anything else in the executive bathroom today? Nope. Same old, same old.
Okay, I think we all know the drill by now. Blah, blah, blah. Dark secrets, the keypad. Stanley pushes some buttons. Oh, hey, look, it's a new passageway. Kill surprise.
You need to be a dick about it. Jeez, narrator. I was all ready to speedrun. Shoot.
Stanley walked straight ahead through the large door that read Mind Control Facility. Although this passageway had the word escape written on it, the truth was that at the end of this hall, Stanley would meet his violent death.
Ah, pish posh.
The door
Apple
behind him was
shosh.
not shut. Stanley still had every opportunity to turn around and get back on track.
Ah, I'm already this far and I can't even see the
At this
door.
point, Stanley was making a conscious, concerted effort to walk forward and willingly confront his death.
Sure, let's go with that. Ah, that's ominous. Whee. Oh, loading screen went backwards a little bit. Oh, and now it's forwards. Guys, I'm having such a fun time with this game, and there are still so many endings and things to do that I have to show. Can I duck?
As the machine whirred into motion and Stanley was inched closer and closer to his demise, he reflected that his life had been of no consequence whatsoever. Stanley can't see the bigger picture. He doesn't know the real story, trapped forever in his narrow vision of what this world is. Perhaps his death was of no great loss, like plucking the eyeballs from a blind man. And so he resigned and willingly accepted the violent end to his brief and shallow life. Farewell, Stanley.
Uh-oh.
Farewell, Stanley,
Oh.
cried the narrator, as Stanley was led helplessly into the enormous metal jaws. In a single visceral instant, Stanley was obliterated as the machine crushed every bone in his body, killing him instantly.
Why did it let me go?
And yet it would be just a few minutes before Stanley would
Oh.
restart the game, back in his office, as alive as ever. What exactly did the narrator think he was going to accomplish? When every path you
Whoa.
can walk has been created for you long in advance, death becomes meaningless, making life the same. Do you see now? Do you see that Stanley was already dead from the moment he hit start?
That's crazy. Clocks? Other things?
Stanley stood on the roof. Stanley pushed the big red button.
Huh. That's funny. It's actually pretty cool. The freedom ending. It's the very first incarnation of freedom ending in the game's alpha. I remember that. What's this? The Zending? I can't turn it on. Dang it. Stanley Parable off.
Oh, look at these two. How they wish to destroy one another. How they wish to control one another. How they both wish to be free. Can you see? Can you see how much they need one another?
Called out once more.
No, perhaps not. Sometimes these things cannot be seen. But listen to me. You can still save these two. You can stop the program before they both fail. Push escape and press quit. There's no other way to beat this game. As long as you move forward, you'll be walking someone else's path.
He's got a point.
Stop now, and it'll be your only true choice. Whatever you do, choose it. Don't let time choose for you.
I was gonna say begin the game again, but I'd have to do that ending anyways. What happened? Oh. How long have I been recording? I think this is a good place to leave the episode here. So, If you enjoyed this video, please like, subscribe, share, and all that fun shit. It really helps. And as always, I'll see y'all in the next one. Later.